Well, hey everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobbie and this is Bobbie Reads Tarot, and today I am going to do something that I have not wanted to do. I've kind of been putting it off, but I feel like I have a really good strategy. So today is going to be the day that I do it. So what we're going to look at today is I want to look at Social Security, okay? I want to look at what spirit or the universe, God, whatever your beliefs are, what that energy wants us to know about what's going to happen with Social Security. But then beyond that, I want to get some good, loving, clear guidance from the universe for all of you who are going to be impacted by what's going on or could potentially be impacted, so that you have some direction, a little bit of peace, okay? As always, my readings are always for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research, make your own opinions, and be kind in the comment section down below. Okay, you guys, so what can we expect to happen with this administration with Social Security? Okay, so I'm only going to pull 6 tarot cards unless I need more clarifiers, all right? And we're just going to let them fly. So okay. So the energy that we have going on right now is the Justice card reversed and the Ace of Swords reversed. So this is really rough energy, and I think we can all feel this. The Justice card reversed is a lack of balance. It's things being unfair. There's no accountability. People are being incredibly dishonest. And the Ace of Swords reversed is all about conflict. It's about creating chaos. It's about creating confusion and being combative. So right now they're making all of these unjust cuts, and there is a very good possibility that they are teeing up right now to cut Social Security. I don't know if that's to completely cut it or just to cut it back substantially. The energy that we're going to be going into is this Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Eight of Cups reversed. So when the Queen of Pentacles is reversed, this is talking about money that you are expecting to appear not showing up, okay? So this could be Social Security benefits that you're expecting not being there. The Eight of Cups reversed is errors in judgment or drifting aimlessly. So these errors in judgment that are being made right now are going to lead to this, essentially, money that people are expecting not coming in. Okay, people may feel like they've been abandoned. All right, hang in there, guys, until we get through this reading. I know it's not looking good, but let's just hang in here, okay? Because we're looking at what's going to happen, but then we got to look at other stuff too. Okay, but the long-term outcome is this is hard work paying off. This is an offer being brought in, an offer of stability. This is news coming in, changes, quick changes. What we're going through is essentially something that, I mean, I've talked about this on my channel before, but in my opinion, this is what has been prophesized, no matter what religion you believe, whether you're Hindu and you follow the Yuga cycles, or you are Christian and you believe in the rapture, or whatever it is you believe, right? There are these tales of the reckoning, essentially, and that is where we are. And so we're, in my opinion, so we're going through this really rough time of everything having to be broken down. But once things are broken down, that is when it can be wiped clean, and then we can have this new way of being. Things are really rough right now, and they're going to get rougher, but when we get to the other side of it, that is where the reward is, you guys. And it's going to be hard to get there, but when we do get there, it's going to be worth it. This is something that has to happen. And like I always tell you guys, you know, our higher selves chose to be here right now for this time. So we have to trust our higher selves that it knows what it's doing and we are exactly where we need to be right when we need to be here. Okay, you guys? So this is the energy of what's going to happen out in the world. However, we are not going to allow the outside chaos to affect us, right? As much as we can mitigate it. Obviously, if benefits are cut, that's going to be really tough, okay? But we're going to get through this. We are all going to get through this. So, in order to get through this time, what does Spirit need for you to know? And you know what? We're going to get rid of this because I don't even want to look at this energy anymore, because what we experience, our outside world, is a reflection of our inside life, our inside feelings and emotions. So those things that we think about or those things that we feel, we tend to draw into our life because like attracts like. It's when, you think about someone you haven't seen for a really long time and you start thinking about them a lot, and then all of a sudden they call you or text you or you see them. It's that kind of energy, okay? We're always creating our reality. So if you can keep your vibration as high as possible and keep things into perspective, your experience is going to be a lot different than someone else who's very low vibration, who can't see what's going on. Okay, let's see here. I want to get 2 more of these. These Moon Oracle cards are my favorite, you guys. I know I always say that, but they are. Okay, so right away, first thing I want to start with, the last card, but it's the most important one, the path. You are on the right path. We are on the right path. I always say if you're drawn to my videos, then you're here because you're someone who is awakening, okay? You're someone who's on the right path. If you listen to Bashar, so Bashar is a spiritual entity that is channeled through a gentleman named Daryl Inca. And Bashar talks about how we're going through this split, right? We're going through this shift. And there are people that are going to stay in the very low energy. And then there's people who are going to shift up to that 5D, to that higher energy. And Bashar uses this term of, as we go through the split, right? As it's happening, he calls it, we're threading the eye of the needle. We're going through the eye of the needle. And so I remind myself, right, that when my feelings start to get too much, or I get to have, too much anxiety about what's going on, I remind myself, okay, I'm going through the eye of the needle right now. And my experience when I come out the other end, I'm going to come out on that gentler side. Okay, because we're walking the right path. All right. Then we have beauty. Focus on the beauty around you. Go outside. This is the time, I think, for a lot of us to really get into touch with nature. It's going to be really imperative, I think, that we begin to grow things, grow food, grow herbs, grow medicines, those types of things. It's time to get in touch with nature, whatever that looks like for you. I lived in an apartment for 8 years and I gardened off my patio, and I had the tiniest patio ever. But I vertically gardened, and I wasn't even supposed to garden out there, but it looked so cool that the apartment complex never ever gave me the hassle because it was so beautiful. And I would grow all not cherries, berries, strawberries, and peppers, and I would give them to my neighbors, and the neighbor kids would come and pick strawberries, and it was everybody loved the garden. And I grew a remarkable amount of food in a very, very small space. Okay, so it's about thinking about those things, even if you live in a very small space. I saw a YouTube video about a woman who composts on her apartment balcony. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So start looking for ways that you can become more self-sufficient through Mother Earth. All right. Because we're not tapping into that energy, and that energy is there for us, you guys. All right. Then we have realization. Again, it's this idea of it's going through a keyhole. It's transitioning. It's going from the old into the new. We're experiencing a shift right now. And so as things are getting scary and we're seeing, these cuts to things in the government and we see Elon going crazy, we have to understand that, this is a major shift that's happening and this is what has to happen. But you're coming through the other side. You're going through the right eye of the needle. Okay. And, this realization, I feel like this is really talking about as things start to fall apart, not fall apart. Well, yeah, I'm going to say fall apart. As things start to fall apart and start to change, you are going to, it's going to get clearer and clearer for you. So it's not going to get scarier and scarier. You're going to awaken more and more and more, and you're going to get clearer, and your ability to manifest is going to speed up, and that's what's going to protect you. Okay, that's if you guys follow Ann Tucker, she is amazing. She channels the angels, and I'm reading her latest book right now, and it's so amazing and so inspiring. But it talks about how all of these people right now are just waking up, and the experience is going to be so beautiful. And it talks about not having fear, letting go of fear. And as we're transitioning through this, our manifestations are going to get more and more powerful. And if you are looking for something to lift your energy, read Ann Tucker, What's Coming Next. It is a step-by-step guide to walk you through exactly what's happening right now. And it will make you feel so much peace. Okay. And then we have self-reflection. And this goes back to that book too. So it's really talking about really examining yourself right now. What is no longer serving you and what can you release? This is such a good time to really look inside and to see what is weighing you down and what you can purge. In my video yesterday, we talked about how the whole reason, in my opinion, that we're here is to figure out how to love ourselves. Self-love is like the meaning of life, learning how to love yourself in spite of yourself, really. And this goes, I think, hand in hand with that message from yesterday. It's that really reflecting on yourself and working through those things, those traumas, those things that have held you back, those scars, working through that energy, releasing that energy, and learning to love who you are underneath, okay? And that comes through this like self-realization or self-reflection practice. So right now, as things are a little bit, crazy, there's a chaos everywhere, this is a good time to go through those feelings and emotions. It probably seems like it doesn't. It probably seems like I can't handle one more thing. But honestly, by doing it and releasing that stuff, it's actually going to relieve the pressure for you. So you're going to feel better, right? It's going to keep you from cracking. Okay. So now I want to move these up here. And we are going to move on to the Animal Spirit Oracle. Actually, it's called the Spirit Animal Oracle. Oh, by the way, if you are ever curious to know what cards I'm using, if you open the description box down below, there is a link to my website, which is bobbiereads.com, but the link is in the description box. And on my website, I have pictures of all of the decks listed. And if you click on the picture, it'll take you straight to a link where you can purchase the deck. So if you ever want to know what cards I use, all of the information is there in my website. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel, I do have a membership where you can join the channel. That information is in the description box down below as well. It's 99 cents a month, and what my besties get is exclusive content, member-only lives where you get to ask your questions and I pull cards for you, early access to things, just all kinds of fun stuff. But listen, we're going through tough times financially, right? We're literally sitting here doing a reading on if Social Security is going to be around or not. So listen, if the membership is not in your budget, that is A-okay. I'm still going to give you tons and tons and tons of free content. I've had some people apologize in my comment section saying that they can't, that they can't afford that. And I just want you to know that you never, ever have to apologize ever. Because I understand, you guys, times are tough. Okay. That's just a little added extra for those who are interested. Okay. So let's get into these animal spirit cards. Okay, let's see. Has that too many? That's too many. I was going to take them, but that was a lot. Just a few, please. Okay. First thing we have, scarab beetle. Very interesting too, because the scarab beetle is you see it a lot in Egyptian symbolism, and it has a lot of very significant meaning. And there's also, you know, something with it. What is it? Like end times with some type of a scarab beetle coming back or something. If you know what I'm talking about, leave it in the comment section down below, because I know I'm like close to what it is, but I'm not quite there. So if you know what I'm talking about, explain it. So this talks about magic works through you. And this goes to that, what we were talking about as far as manifestations speeding up. Okay. You're going to notice that you're able to manifest things so much faster. A little thing in my personal life I've shared with you guys, I'm working on getting a house, and I was really far from getting a house, but I was still manifesting it. And I'm not quite there yet. Like I have to pay off like a little bit of my credit card and like a couple things to get my credit. You know, my credit's like right there, but I got to get like a little bit higher, you know, so I get the next like dip in the rate. So yeah, so I've been doing all of this stuff, and I've just been getting myself lined up and ready. But it's weird because I've noticed this like rapid acceleration. Like I'm so much closer than I was. And I've been sitting back kind of just like, wow, is this going to happen this fast? And that's the energy that's available to all of us, okay? That's the energy that we need to get into, because you also have crow spirit. Crow spirit is co-create with spirit. You are made in the image of God. Therefore, you have the magic and the ability to create. Okay, we forget that. We forget about our ability to manifest and bring things into existence. And, you know, if you're new to this, right, I'm going to give you a little test where you can try this out. So manifestation is the law of attraction. It basically means that like energy attracts like energy. So if you are putting out a certain type of energy, then you will attract to yourself that which it is that you are trying to attract. So that a fun way to test this, and my kids and I do this all the time, is we call it rock star parking. And we always say when we go somewhere where the parking is always terrible, we always say that we get front row parking. We get rock star parking. We always do. We always do. Because we say it and because we believe it, I can promise you every time I go somewhere, I get amazing parking. It doesn't matter where it is. Because I believe it and I expect it, therefore the universe delivers it. Okay? So next time you go somewhere, on the drive there, the whole way, just, you know, I have my parking spot. I have a great parking spot. I have a great parking spot. And you have to believe it. Guess what? It's going to work. Another way that you can do this is to try to manifest a cup of coffee. Just believe that someone's going to bring you a cup of coffee. Even if it's like random, someone at work bringing you a paper cup of coffee. But like, try this, play with it, because you're going to be amazed at how well it works. And then if it works for the little stuff, let me tell you, it works amazing for big stuff. And you guys, we have two 17s. Look at that. We have 17, 17. Okay. Then we have wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. What does that mean? Okay. So it's not just to know things, but it's to understand it at a deeper meaning. It's to take it, it's to internalize it, and it's to put it into practice, okay? So this is the time for you to put everything into practice that you've learned your whole life. All of the spiritual teachings, everything that you've learned, whether you grew up in a Christian church or a mosque or a temple or in nowhere at all, whatever you grew up with, right? Whatever those things are, those lessons that you learned, now is the time to put that stuff into practice. Okay, it's to use the wisdom, because you have all of the wisdom within you that you need to make it through this time. Okay, all right. Now we're going to move over to this oracle deck. This is the Work Your Light oracle deck. Again, just messages from Spirit. What do my people on Social Security need to know from Spirit about the times that are coming for them? This is for everyone who's watching this video, okay? This isn't for everyone who's on Social Security, because there's going to be people who are going to have a really rough time. But for the people who are drawn to this video, what is their experience going to be, or what information do they need to know? Okay, we have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? I love that. This one is pretty straightforward. Where do you need to set boundaries? Boundaries are not something that are mean to other people. Boundaries are our way of teaching other people how we want to be loved, okay? It's a way of us showing other people what makes us feel safe. Boundaries are an okay thing. Don't ever let anyone make you feel guilty or bad for having boundaries. Okay. And then we have Starseed. What lights you up? You guys, I'm telling you, if you are drawn to my videos, you have the Starseed energy within you. And what's going to happen is actually going to be really amazing for those of us that have opened our eyes and can see what's going on, okay? It's going to be rough and it's going to be scary, but there's also going to be some really amazing spiritual things that are going to also happen during this time. So it's really important, you guys, that you keep the faith, you stay centered on your own energy. This is also about finding your passion. Bashar talks all the time about the formula, and the biggest step in the formula is to find your passion. What gives you passion? It could be something as small as just lighting a candle in your bathroom in the morning when you're taking a shower, okay? But find those little things that you can add into your everyday life that brings passion and excitement to your life. How can you create? And then we have protection. So this is about a couple of things. First, this is about calling back your power. So if there are people in your life that you feel are draining you of your energy, it's time to establish those boundaries and call back your energy. Okay. There's a lot of people treating other people not kind right now, and you don't have to put up with that. And also, this card is talking about divine protection. You are divinely protected. You are going to be okay. If you are here getting this message, you are divinely protected. Okay. Okay, you guys, I know this is getting long and these are a lot of cards, but I'm going to keep going because I really like these messages. So this is the Starseed Oracle, and this is my favorite deck, you guys. And we are just going to keep going with messages from Spirit. What does Spirit want us to know? What does Spirit want us to know? Called. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Yes, you guys, this is that confirmation of what we were talking about. You are right where you need to be, okay? You are in the right place at the right time. I know it might not feel like it, but you are here for a specific reason. You are called to be here. Lean into that. The courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. This is so beautiful. But this is that courageous peony. It's about being courageous. Now is the time to step up and to be courageous, even in the face of fear. Okay? Fear is okay. But now we have to get past the fear. We have to get to the other side of the fear. We've got the fear, okay, but now how do we need to move forward? We're not going to let the fear paralyze us because we're moving on to something better. Right? We're moving on to a different experience, a more beautiful experience, more enlightened experience. Let's see here. What do we have? Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. You're going to survive this. You'll survive this. You're good. You're good. This is your confirmation that everything is going to be okay. Okay? Okay. I want to end this reading with my Rumi Oracle. This is a beautiful deck. Rumi was a Sufi mystic, and the poetry that Rumi wrote was some of the most beautiful poetry I've ever heard. And I don't use this deck very often, because it's very powerful. It's very special to me. It's not one that I just, pull out and throw cards down with. But I felt like for this reading, I needed to bring this out. So I just want one card. And for this one, when we get the card, I'm actually going to get the book because there's a poem that goes with this. So I want to give you the full, rich understanding of whatever message comes out. So I just want one final card, please, Spirit. For anyone watching this video, what is the final message that you want to leave us with? It's this card. It's this card. Okay. Are we ready, you guys? The right choice. Stay close to those who know about the heart. Choose the shade of a tree that is in constant bloom. Don't meander aimlessly among the herb sellers and potion vendors. Go directly to the shop that sells nothing but sweets. Don't sit waiting by every boiling pot to have your plate filled. Not every boiling pot is cooking what you want. Not every sugar cane is filled with sugar. Not every down has an up. Not every eye has a vision. Not every sea contains pearls. Okay, and then there is another quote that says, within you, I recognize my most trusted friend. We go back a long way to before that moment when time began. We knew each other then, even before time was born. So I say, hello, my old and dear friend. So lovely for us to meet again. And I feel how your heart responds with a wave of love. For it is that love that is you, my most trusted friend. And if you don't mind, I want to keep going for the definition of the card. On the path of love, there is not so much wrong and right in the moral sense, so much as what is wrong or right for you. The mind cannot help so much there. Only the heart can speak such truths. The mind may reject it, recoil, analyze, and find all the reasons why the simple truth, the right choice of the heart, cannot possibly work and only lead to pain. That is what the mind does rather well, actually. But it doesn't mean the right choice. The heart choice becomes incorrect. It means rather that the heart has outsmarted the mind, and the mind will need to bow to the heart, even without understanding its sometimes impenetrable mysteries. Or one can choose to stay in inner conflict, fighting against the right choice, but eventually love will prevail and the way forward must be taken. So you can give up what you have planned, believed, or decided. Let the heart wisdom that silently and constantly broadcasts its pure, true intention into the fertile womb of the universe lead the way instead. It will lead you along the right path to the right house where sits the right master for you. He grabs you in a bear hug and gently whispers into your ear, "What took you so long? I've been waiting for you since the day you were born. Now we are together. It is time for us to play." It is said that one man's meat is another man's poison. To base your choices on what others have chosen for themselves may end up killing you. Better to take risks on the angel of your own heart, wise as that being is, and dance to your own heart rhythm instead. There may be fear if others seem to be dancing different steps, but beloved, you know that is just because every heart has its own unique rhythm, and yours doesn't want to waltz so much as to tango. So why not allow it to be thus without fear or doubt? This oracle comes with a message for you. In your heart, you know what holds meaning for you. You may or may not have a grand vision to go along with that meaning as yet, but deep within, you know what is without value and what holds value for you. You were born with those values intact in your heart, and whatever confusion has arisen for you along the way is just where the values of others have transfused into your own blood. It is time for a transfusion of holy light into that blood to be cleansed and purified. restored to its integrity and filled with passion for what is rightfully yours, your unique passion and purpose. If you have been concerned about your path and what steps to take next, this oracle comes as an omen of good things headed your way. Clarity, reassurance, truth, and revelation. Don't hold on to a belief system or vision if it appears to be tossed on its head. Let things go the way they will, and good fortune will prevail for you. That vision might actually have been upside down all this time, and suddenly able to right itself and be born for you if allowed to topple. Or perhaps there is a more fulfilling version of your vision lurking in its remnants to be scooped up by your soul with its hawk vision and eagle deafness. Trust that if you are being drawn away from a tantalizing sweet shop, there is a more delicious array of confection just around the corner for you. So yes, have your tantrum if you must, but you will be sheepish soon when you realize the hand of the great beloved that removes is the same hand that bestows even greater gifts. I have nothing to add to that. If you liked this reading, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. It's a really great way to help out my channel. And if you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.